Okay, so moving on to our next story. I am super happy about this. God damn, am I hyped. And Patchy seems to be hyped too, isn't she, Patchy?
Yeah,
Oh god.
it's classic.
Patchy's coming out with her new indie film. I'm kneading into his fucking leg. Yeah, and then the sequel is That Hurts So Much, I'm Very Angry. And then the third one is actually a compilation movie. They bring all three actors together, me, you, and Patchy, and we all duke it out. So anyway, the point
Oh, okay.
is,
I thought you were gonna say we all fall asleep, but
oh yeah, that sounds about right. No, Patchy would never be anywhere near me. Patchy's terrified of me. Literally, every time I come over his house, Patchy's just like, "I'm leaving. I'm leaving."
you
Anyway,
just
what are we? No, but what are we talking about? We're actually talking about.
I don't know. What are we talking about? You
That's what
never
we're
said
talking
this
about.
to me,
I know.
apparently, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
How dare you? I prepped you on this during the break. We're talking about this is because this is breaking news for us as we're
Oh,
recording this live because it came out just today. Rotten Tomatoes is actually stopping people from reviewing a movie before the movie is out theatrically. Now, if some of you are asking or thinking, wait, shouldn't this happened earlier? Yeah, it should have. Like, why would any organization, unless they just care about the money so much that they don't even care about the integrity of their site? Sorry, Rotten Tomatoes, but I gotta call you out on this. Why would you have a user review system part of a part in a movie set up for a movie rather set up before the movie even exists? Like, I understand that, like, especially now more than ever, there is a large amount of people who sometimes get things like Oscar screenings, or like sometimes get, although you're not technically supposed to comment on Oscar screenings, but still, you get a press pass or you get to see an early version of the movie in some way or another. So like, there are a certain subsection, a subsection, sub wow, what in the fuck nuggets? Okay, subsection of people who are out there who can review a movie either on their personal website and potentially even use Rotten Tomatoes to link back to themselves, right? So they review a movie 2 weeks before it comes out, and it's actually their written review on their website, or maybe their verbal review kind of typed out and refined, and then they put it on Rotten Tomatoes. I get that those people exist, so I'm sorry if those people are getting screwed out of this. But the problem is that people took it too far and they abused the system. And it's funny because we were just talking about Captain Marvel and the Captain Marvel challenge, that GoFundMe. That's one of the movies where people were abusing the system, where people were like, "Oh, I don't like this for whatever reason. They don't like this." Granted, remember, as of this recording, the movie's not out in the U.S. yet, so
right,
people were like, "I don't like this," and they were just they were literally review bombing it,
right.
trying to taint its score. So thankfully, Rotten Tomatoes is shutting that down, not just for Captain Marvel, of course, but for every movie. And again, that's a good thing because Tristan, why would, like, could you just imagine, dude, if we were just like, oh, Wreck It Ralph is nice, but Wreck It Ralph 2 is nice, but it's not about being in the arcade anymore, and also the fact that he breaks the internet, not wrecks the internet. So let's just give it 1 star before it comes out.
Right.
Like, why can people do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I want to
think,
throw that out to you. Like,
yeah, with Rotten Tomatoes, you assume it's the site is about reviewing it theatrically, and
or DVD or something like that. But it's not out on DVD yet,
at
most
least
likely. Yeah.
the review is based on your opinion of the movie, that kind of deal. And if it
Mm-hmm.
hasn't come out yet, how can you give an opinion about it when you haven't even seen the movie?
Yeah.
Now, granted, in my opinion, like if there's something either about the director that you don't like, or something about that actor, something about an actor within the movie
Mm.
um, that you don't agree with, then that's different than your opinion on the theatrical release.
Yeah, and then you don't see the movie.
Right, right. Yeah, you don't see the movie, and therefore you don't have to give a review on it.
Exactly.
Not that you can't voice your opinion on that issue, but I feel like it should be two different things.
Yeah. No, it really should be. And like, and again, like if you like, even if it's an actor that's or director that's problematic, so like someone like just pulling someone out of a hat like Mel Gibson. Uh, just that Mel Gibson fellow, the one that said, told his wife to get raped by a pack of N words. He said the word pack. Remember that? Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. No, he said that shit. So if you sit there and you're like, I don't want to see that Mel Gibson movie, then you just don't see it, right? You don't review bomb beforehand and say stuff about what he said. Like, you just don't see the movie. Regardless of what you think about an actor, an actress, like if you don't like some people are saying they don't like the way Brie Larson did the tour for the film, that she's talked about her feminism and feminist ideas, which I think this is a movie where you probably would do it. But still, if you don't want to talk about that, then that's fine. You don't go see the movie.
right.
You don't call it feminist trash. Or look, sadly, we don't have images of what people were calling it, so I'm just that's a hypothetical. That's a hypothetical. But that's a hypothetical. You don't call it feminist trash as a review when the movie's not even out yet.
Right. That's
So,
not
yeah.
that's not a review of the movie either.
No. Well, no, I mean, you can look if you want to comment on it and give it a 1 star and call it that. I'm just saying do it after the movie comes out, which means that you've potentially seen the film and thought, no, I didn't like it.
Right.
Like, remember, this is based on reviews, but they are user generated, so you don't have to be someone with a website. You could literally be Joe Schmo, and nothing against Joe Schmo, but you're Joe Schmo sitting around. You're like, I walked out of the first 5 minutes because it just seemed like feminist propaganda. All right, and you're allowed to say that, and you're allowed to type that up. But again, if you say that before the movie's even out, and you're doing that as a way to try to make sure that people don't see the movie because they think that those reviews are actually people who have seen the movie, who are actual critics, who are get press passes and things like that. And then they go see like, oh my goodness, it's very political, is it? And it's like the person doesn't know if they already posted that up. They're just potentially doing it to troll. Not probably, but potentially. Yeah. Because if you're a reviewer and you've gotten a press pass to see this, even if you're calling it feminist propaganda and trash, you're probably doing it in a very eloquent way throughout a piece. Like actually discussing, like, I feel like this delves into it in a certain way that I disagree with. But there are people that just review bomb. And it's happened with a lot of movies where people just don't agree with something. So, if... I
can think of one movie, at least... in my repertoire, that probably received that.
Is it not Captain Marvel?
I was thinking Last Jedi, but...
Thank you. No, thank you, Tristan. Yes, exactly. So, like, that's what... And here's the thing, too. Let's not talk about Last Jedi, because people didn't agree with it, but at least they saw it. But look at something like Episode 9, right? That would probably get review bombed as Kathleen Kennedy propaganda, despite the fact that the movie isn't even out yet. So I just think that there are a lot of films that have very, I'm not even going to say like large angry fan bases, but very loud angry fan bases that a director could just do something that they don't like and immediately it gets review bombed. So I'm happy that this is actually being solved. And Tristan, like, again, just like I said earlier, why was this ever even a thing? Like, I'm worried, like, I feel like Rotten Tomatoes was doing it for, like, ad revenue, for money, people being engaged in the site, like why was this?
I mean, I kind of think of it as, like, I feel like Rotten Tomatoes felt like, well, we didn't necessarily have to deal with this beforehand, but now we've been given a reason to have to now, so I guess we're doing this.
All right, because I don't know if this is, granted, I can't think of any movies off the top of my head, but I don't know if this is new exactly. I mean, maybe it is.
Right, yeah.
But I don't think this is a new phenomenon.
No, I don't think it's necessarily a new thing, but I feel like it's becoming much more pronounced.
And discussed. We should say that, right?
Yeah.
Very discussed in the media. Just people just not even just media, people just generally taking a look at it and being like, but I didn't hate that movie, and hell, the movie's not even, or the reverse, the movie's not even out yet. How is this allowed? So either way, very happy to hear that they're doing this. Tell me what you guys think down below, and also what you think about Patchy, because I can hear her purring. She is fucking adorable. We need Patchy on this podcast to just kind of mellow us out.
I feel like that's gonna be you on the soundboard. It's like, is it Matt on the soundboard, or is it
no, it is actually the cat.
I know, because Matt doesn't have a soundboard for this.
He's acting like I have the money for a soundboard. Tristan. No. No. But again, tell us, all jokes aside, tell us what you guys think about this story down either in the chat or in the comment section down below.